week 1 of the Volleyball Nations League. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming as well. Really appreciate it. My name is Rob Snook. I'm a commentator for Volleyball World, and I'm thrilled to be handling those duties again for another season, and really thrilled to be getting a chance to MC the press conference this morning. For the audience watching online who maybe aren't here in Ottawa, I should tell you Ottawa is in the province of Ontario. It is the capital of Canada. We're only a few kilometers away from the Canadian Parliament buildings. We're inside an historic sports stadium that is inside and outside, with a Canadian football field on the outside. Ottawa has proven to be a great host for the Volleyball Nations League over the last several years, and we expect much of the same. Ottawa has also proven to be a great sports city, and particularly with women's sports in recent years. In fact, their team in the Women's Professional Hockey League just made the finals this year, so there's lots of excitement about women's sports with the Ottawa Charge and Rapids FC as well in football or soccer. The Volleyball Nations League has grown from 16 teams to 18 this year, and there are 6 teams here. There are 6 players here representing their teams and the coach of the host team, and there are also tournaments going on this week, just in case you're not aware, in Brazil and in China. And after 3 weeks of competition, the teams will all have played 12 games, and then the top 8 will go to the finals, which are happening in Poland later this summer. So competition will start tomorrow with 3 games. The first one will be in the morning, which is really cool because there'll be thousands of school kids, or at least hundreds anyway, in attendance between the Netherlands and Japan, and then a game between Dominican Republic and Serbia, and then the night game tomorrow has Bulgaria against Canada. And speaking of Canada, we have the new head coach of Team Canada, Gionvanni Guidetti, here. We're thrilled to have you, and I'm just going to ask a few questions now to you, Gionvanni. How has your preparation and adjustment been as the new coach of Canada?
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, for sure, very fun, very new, and very nice atmosphere in the gym. Everything very different than what I was used. This is also one of the reasons I really was excited to try, how is volleyball outside Europe, because till now all my experience were in Europe, and for now I'm really happy. The attitude in the gym, the passion of the player, and great quality of some player is really very exciting. Plus the country and the city of Vancouver where we train is very, very beautiful. So far nothing to complain.
I should have given a little bit more about Gionvanni's credentials. Just coming off another Turkish league title for the 8th time, and many championships as well. 4-time club world champion, 6-time winner of the Champions League as well. So you bring a lot of credibility to the team. How have the players received you in the first opening weeks and days together?
I think it's like we want to know each other, so there are most of them, of course not Brie, Kira, Emily, but most of them are new for me, and I think, and I am new for them also, so it's just try to understand each other, try to see, the difference of culture, the difference of history, so it's very different, the background of a young Canadian player in volleyball compared to the background of a young Italian or a young Turkish, also in terms of the amount of quantity of training that the 15, 16-year-old do in Europe and in Canada is very, very different. So we are trying to understand this, the best way to work each other, but I think the way they propose themselves to me is fantastic, so they are really willing to learn, willing to practice, willing to listen. Their attitude is pretty amazing, I have to say.
And what are your goals for this week and for this year, because the World Championships as well?
I think this year my goal is just to try to know every player in Canada that is possible playing in Canada, so try to understand which will be the best team for Canada, because again, I knew very well few players, but most of them I don't know. And the main goal of the season is really try to understand what is the team that can compete for qualify for Los Angeles. So it's it's just the first year of construction, the first year of building, the first year of knowing each other, and to just plant the base for for the next year to have clear the squad, clear the player, clear the team that have to try to qualify for the Los Angeles.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank
I'm sure
you.
some of the media will have questions for you as we move along as well. We're going to interview each of the players, maybe just a question or two. And because her name is on the top of my sheet, I'm going to start with Marte. She's going to be embarrassed by this, I know. But so the captain of the team, three-time Olympian, and you've had a lot of success with the Dominican Republic. This is a very similar team this year for you than the team that we saw at the Olympics last year. What's the feeling around the squad?
Well, good morning, everyone. Yeah, thank you for your question. Actually, we've been with basically the same team, like forever. I'm hearing Gionvanni talking, and he's trying to pick up as many players as possible in Canada, but we don't have those players, We play with the same team every time. Our players are limited in my country, but I think these girls, they are physically in good condition, and some of them, they are really young, so they might be playing together, for a while. So yeah, we're with the same team, and I think we'll keep with the same team until Los Angeles if possible.
And what are your goals for VNL and for World Championships this year?
Well, actually, we're trying to build the team with some new players inside the court. We're not having our middle blocker, Miyabe, number 3 this time, and I'm probably not playing also this year. And we're trying to try to work with some players that might be joining us. So the target for the Dominican team is always to fight every match, as we can. It's not, we're never striving to go to the gold medal or something like that, but going step by step. And I think we've been improving a lot during the year, so I hope this year we do the same.
Yeah, Pan American Games champion as well a few years ago, 2 times I think in your career. Okay, so you said it, you might not be playing this year. So is there anything that, I heard at breakfast that maybe there's some happy day coming in your family?
Yes, of course. Well, I'm becoming a mother.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is also something new for me, of course, but the first things I heard from everyone is like, you're not playing this year, right? So I just wanted, to come to be with the team, starting the year, not leave them alone. And I don't feel pregnancy is, a disease or something like that. It's something I enjoy really good, and I feel great. So there's no reason for me to not be training or playing or doing something, as much as I can. So I'm really happy to be here.
I think everyone in this room agrees for sure. So thank you so much, Marte, for setting that kind of an example. That's wonderful. All right, and just a little bit behind me here, Nika Daalderop, the captain of the Netherlands. And Nika, you had a wonderful year with your volley Milano, but now you're moving to Conegliano, I understand, next year, and then taking on an important role as a leader with the Netherlands. How has that gone so far?
Good morning. Well, actually, I just joined the team a week ago or so
Yeah.
Everything is still pretty new, and we're with a very young squad right now. But I think that's a good opportunity for me also as one of the more experienced players to really grow into this role, and yeah, I'm excited about it.
And you have a little bit of experience with a coach here on our. You were at Faculty Bank a few years ago. What could you tell the Canadians about Gionvanni?
Well, I can tell they are very lucky to have a great coach like Gionvanni. So for sure that will be really good for them.
So your team has brought a lot of players back from the Paris Games. Not all of them, but does the team set goals? Are you hoping for a certain number of wins or a placing in the VNL this year? How do you look ahead?
Well, I guess there's a lot of new girls right now, and I think it will be a great opportunity to give everyone some experience and to really build for like set a solid foundation for the rest of the summer. So about this VNL, I think we really need to grow into the tournament and improve every match.
You alluded to that you just joined the team. It's got to be hard for a lot of the professional players to manage that entire season and then get ready for the Volleyball Nations League. How do you take care? How do you do that? Because it's busy and it's hard on your body.
Yeah, it is. I guess we're all used to it, and we try to take as much rest as possible in between, take care of your body and everything. And yeah, it's just how it is. And
Exactly. Okay. Thanks, Nika.
what can I say?
Yeah. All right. We'll move on to Brie O'Reilly, the setter for Team Canada, and playing the last 3 years in Brazil. And I understand you're going to play in the States this coming year, so that's exciting for you. And you're sitting beside the new coach, so I don't think you're going to say anything bad about him. But what have been the early feelings and observations that you've had with the new coach?
Good morning. Really happy to be here. We're about a month into training, and we're all so excited to have Gio. He's been really great. I think the thing that stuck out right away, just the confidence in what he does. He right away started to build trust with us, and I feel like we've come a long way really quick, which is hard to do sometimes, but there's been, I think, 100% buy-in from the girls to him, and in reverse as well. I feel like he's showed us that he really believes that we can be a great team, and I've never felt that belief dip for a single second since we started. So it's been amazing. We feel so lucky. We know how qualified he is, and he could be coaching any team, and he's with us. So we feel really just really excited to keep learning and growing and becoming the best we can be with him.
Right. Now, last year the team pushed really hard the last several years to try to qualify for Paris. Obviously came up a little bit short. How do you sort of regroup from that and then attack the next quadrennial?
Yeah, I think obviously last summer was devastating for us, and I think the silver lining, I guess, is that the bulk of our team is really young still, and there's a lot left in the tank, and I think really what we needed was Gio to come alongside and just help us believe again, because of course when you fail like that, it's easy to go, oh well, then we're never going to do it. We had a chance and we didn't. So I remember our first team meeting with Gio, he sat us all down, and just there's so much credibility in what he says because he's worked with all the best athletes and all the best teams, and he looked us in the eye and told us that we can do this, and we can go again, and we're going to take every step necessary to do that, and it won't be a repeat of what happened, but we're kind of starting totally afresh. And I think that leadership really set us on the right path the last few weeks especially, and he had a clear plan for us for the next few years of hopefully qualifying. And yeah, I think it's a distant memory now for me. I'm like fully locked into LA, and I think there's full belief from our team.
I want to ask you, because I'm always fascinated when people go to Brazil to play. It's such an amazing volleyball environment there. And what have you learned over the last 3 years playing in Rio?
I think Brazil is so special because they love volleyball so much and they're so passionate about it. And I was really fortunate to work with a coach and a staff that is one of the best in the world. And I think if you spend 3 years with any quality coach, like you walk away from that a different player if you're willing to buy in. And so I just feel so incredibly lucky that they took a chance on me when I was 3 years ago, a young new setter, and I'm walking away feeling like just incredibly grateful for the leadership and wisdom and just skills that they've given me, but I think even more so the off-court stuff, that the qualities that it's really important in a setter to have with managing a team, managing a group of girls. So it was an incredible experience and will always be like a second home, but also excited to come a little closer to home.
No doubt, no doubt. Okay, thanks, Brie. Okay, and from Team Japan, Airi Miyabe. Japan was second in the Volleyball Nations League last year, so really good year. Olympic Games as well. And Airi, you played in the United States, actually, right, earlier in your career. So, what's it like to be back in North America again? First of all.
Well, good morning, and I'm so happy to be here and come back to here. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Now your team also has a new coach this year, and how has that experience been with Ferhat Akbas?
Yes, having him as a new head coach, there's a lot of stuff that new to us, also him too. But our team also have kind of younger players compared to last year. So I think we are on the journey that finding out what we can do and then how we can fight for each other. And then, I don't know, kind of figure out what we are capable to do as a group. So I think it's gonna be a lot of up and downs, but I don't know, I'm exciting that how we're gonna grow as a group and just in general journey in this VNL too.
Do you have expectations about maybe another trip to the finals, or what is the team projecting for this year?
For sure, to going to final would be great, but I wouldn't say there's same expectation that we had last year. So I mean, we just gonna start fresh and new. So I don't just play each other game and then see where it's gonna take. So
Okay.
I wouldn't say we're going. I want to go, but
Yeah.
we're gonna find out.
Will the style under the new coach change for Team Japan? I mean, one of the things that when I describe the way your team plays is that they never let the ball hit the ground. Your defense is so good. Will that continue?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. He has very strong idea of our defense should be the way how it used to be. It has to be continue. But what we have to change or grow as a group is how we score the ball, and then idea of not too much. I don't know. We have to be very aggressive by the net. That's not how we are. That's not the way we are used to be. But we have to change the mind and then go for it.
Yeah, we gotcha. Okay, great. Thank you very much.
We can go this year in the VNL because last year we did some good games, but I think we could have done better. So this year with her, I think we can do way better.
Yeah. Does it give you extra energy that she was a star in Bulgaria and did so much, played so much great volleyball around the world?
Yes, of course, and especially she played opposite like me, and she's with the left hand. So for me, she's like a person I want to play like. So I look after her about that.
Like a mentor almost.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. And what's the team spirit like right now, the energy?
The energy is really good. Last year there were a lot of younger players, but this year the experienced ones they came back. So I'm really excited to see where we can go with them and what we can do.
Right, and Atanasievich and Vuchkova and Kitapova, I hope I'm getting them close to right, but they've come back. So what have they brought to the team? Back.
Well, yes, they're back, and we're really great that they're back. They've brought a lot of experience, of course, and the energy in the court that the younger ones we couldn't bring in. So they are bringing like the safety to the game, so that the younger players can play more freely.
Wow, well said. Okay, thank you very much, Mikeala.
You're welcome.
And from Serbia, Katarina Dangubić, playing professionally in the Turkish league and moving to Vakifbank. So again, a connection with Gionvanni Guidetti. Your team looks a little bit different this year than what we've seen in the past. How have the preparations been going?
Good morning, everyone. It's not a little bit different, it's more than little. We came here with a really young team. Some of girls had some experience in VNL, some of them not. I can say that I'm one of the most experienced in the team, what is a little strange for me, but it's like this situation. Nothing, we are very happy and excited that we come here and for starting VNL. And we really want to play good, to show ourselves and to see where we are now, in this moment.
Do you like that new role of maybe leadership now that you're one of the more experienced players?
Yes. It's maybe a little bit pressure, but also I think that my position now is in a team that I help the girls who are new here. And really to help them to show what they can, because we practice now almost 1 month together. So I really see some things in a practice what is amazing, that I can say that we have again one very young and talented generation. So I hope that they will show this same in the court.
Well, Serbia is a good volleyball nation, so even if they're young and up and coming, we expect that eventually they'll be good. So.
Yes. I tell you, like, I also was surprised how these young girls are very strong and very talented. So I really hope that they will show the same in the court. So we came here to show and to make the best result of what we can.
Right. So you don't have any expectations about final 8, or you're just going to play and see what happens, or?
Of course that we have, like, we come here to win as how much we can, of course. And this week we came without our head coach Terzic and without some of girls who are one of the best players in our team. So after this tournament, we are in Belgrade. So I think that everybody will come in Belgrade, and we will be in a full team in Belgrade.
Right. Yeah. No doubt. Okay. Thank you very much. I think we have some questions. Well, first of all, I'll ask anyone in the media have any questions that they'd like to ask any of the players or Gionvanni. Claire.
Oh, do we need a mic?
No, just
okay,
ask.
Sounds good. A question for Gionvanni. You mentioned the opportunity to coach in North America for the first time. Also, the growth that other countries have in volleyball, but that's kind of lacking in Canada. Given what you saw from Canada last year, how close they were to competing at the Olympics, how has this recent growth from Canada influenced your decision to come coach in Canada?
Yeah. I think that Canada last year was playing pretty good. I think that just they were the matter of one match, that they played the final basically against Holland, and was just one match the day before. Canada won 3-2 after 2 hours, 30 minutes against Japan. Holland was a little more fresh. Holland played better. I mean, there was just one match, but they were super close. They deserved to be in Olympic also last year. And of course, knowing the value of Canada, knowing the value of many players of Canada was also a big part of my decision. So I love to be in the Olympic Games. I would like to, in my career, to be in more Olympic Games that I can, because I believe that beside every competition, there is nothing like to be inside the Olympic, and I think this is the feeling of everybody, and I see a lot of potential for Canada to be in the next Olympic. And because what they show, how they grow in this year. So it's still the team number 8 in the world. And so I think that was one big part of my decision for sure.
Just to follow up, the roster you've brought here to Ottawa, do you think those are the best players from Ottawa, or are some of them just ones you want to evaluate and you kept some of the better players off of this roster?
Alexa Gray is not here. And beside Alexa, I think that I brought the best that I saw in my first weeks. Of course, I mean, with some player, I just have to decide after 2 days. So I have one tryout 2 days, so was not the best to evaluate very well a player that I didn't know at all. So I will keep it open the door of national team for everybody. I will keep watching as much as I can Canadian player, but for sure the one in Ottawa are the one that I believe are the best after my 3 weeks of work.
And then a question for Brie. Brie, you mentioned I think you said the word was devastating last year, not making it to the Olympics. When you saw that the Netherlands were going to be one of the first matches you'd play, I know it's not the first, what do you think you're going to experience when you step onto the court to face them?
I think I probably won't forget that match for a while. None of us will. However, I agree with Gio that I think both of our teams deserve to be at the Olympics last year. It's not necessarily that I am mad at the Netherlands for going and us not going. We had opportunities to put ourselves in a better situation also, not just that one game. However, it's always, I think, going to be, a healthy rivalry that is attached to that qualification whole cycle. Like, we kind of knew early on that it was probably going to be us or them, and so it's not just last summer, but there's been kind of that feeling. We obviously, lots of us have friendships with girls on that team, so it's outside of the court, there's no problems, but I think, when I saw the first game, it was like a quick reminder of what we lost, I guess, and then also just a kind of a fresh start, kind of a fun way to reset and start on a new path, I guess, with a whole new staff. So yeah.
And given how close you guys were to competing at the Olympics, can you talk about just maybe the group chats amongst the team this year, how motivated your team has been to get this cycle going?
Yes, I think it's been a roller coaster. I think there's like all the grieving, you could say, as an athlete of the shock and the disappointment and all of that. And then I think once we all kind of reset and we're well into our club seasons, there was pretty much unanimous buy-in again to, okay, we're like I said, we're all young. There's a lot of years left in us. So if we all stick together, like, we can do this again, and we're only getting stronger. So I think especially after we started having meetings with Gio and he was kind of giving us the vision for the next 4 years, I think it became clear that we were all really excited to get going, and motivation, I think, is 100% back again the way it was for Paris. So yeah.
Thanks, Brie.
Can I keep asking her?
No, let's let someone else.
I wasn't sure if anybody else
come
was going to ask her.
Brie, you just mentioned that the team is you guys are still quite young. This year, compared to many past years, is a much more of an injection of young talent into the roster. You were once that kind of new girl on the team coming into the last quad. What's it like having some new blood and some fresh faces in the room?
I mean, it's the dream. It's so fun to see girls experience what you've experienced years prior, and even just last night, a couple of us older girls went for a walk with all the new young girls that it's their first VNL, and just like chatting through, like, do you have any questions? Like, what's surprising? Is you feel good? And it's so fun to see them experience the like magic, you could say, of this level of volleyball. It's just like a whole new world for them. So that part, like the experience, is so fun. And then on the other hand, they're amazing volleyball players. It's so fun to play with them on the court and see girls that I'm playing with, many girls for the first time in my life. I didn't even know who they were, and they are dominating on the court. So I mean, huge props to Gio for opening the door to everyone, finding the talent, and I think the quality in our gym has just risen a lot. So that's really exciting to see.
How's the vibe been in the room so far since coming back from your pro seasons? Obviously, you guys have a long time off after last year's VNL. What's it like getting back in the room and just getting back with the girls on the team?
Always the best, always so fun, such a good reunion. We've been through so much together, this group, that it feels kind of like family, like coming home. And I think adding new, young, fresh energy also reminds you how lucky we are to do what we're doing. And their like eyes are wide, like they're walking into Disneyland sort of, and for us it's like, another season, another summer. And I think it's been a cool balance of like, this is not something to be taken for granted, and we I want to show the, I guess, next generation that this is a huge honor and our job to represent Canada and volleyball in Canada now as best we can on and off the court. So it's been really exciting and fun.
Does anyone have any questions for the Canadians? Jonathan, you go first here.
I'll ask Nika. As a captain, you played with lots of very experienced people. You've been top clubs all around the world. And just picking up what Brie was saying about you, how she and the more experienced girls went for a walk. How do you as a captain bring your team together and explain to them what it's like and what you were hoping for, and making them feel at home so they do themselves and their talent justice?
Well, what Brie was saying is we actually have something similar. That always the night before the tournament starts, we sit together. We, like as a captain, I ask how everyone feels, and they can ask questions. But just in general, I try to be very open to everyone, and that they feel comfortable enough to come to me with everything they need. If they have questions about what's coming, or just this.
It's the same to Marte and other captains, and how some might feel quite daunted. I mean, you've been around a long time, you've got great experience, and I think, how can I talk to someone as experienced as that? They might feel a little overwhelmed. How do you welcome them, Marte?
Well, normally I'm a very open person. They have a lot of confidence with me. Even the oldest players in the team, they talk a lot with me. So I feel I give this same confidence to the young girls. They have no problem to come close, to ask if they can be with me in the room. Usually when a new player comes, they ask me like, can I be with you in the room? So I think they have no problem to be close to me.
A question for Nika. Just your Olympic experience, not the type of Olympics you want, your 0-3, but overall, I mean, to be at that event, the greatest sporting event in the world, what was it like for you?
Yeah, of course, the result was a little bit disappointing, but to be there was amazing, really. It was my first experience at the Olympics, and it makes me really more eager to work in these 4 years to qualify for Los Angeles, because it's really something special.
Claire?
Question for Airi. How different is the team without Serena Koga? Just after her retirement, having a new captain, how does that change the feeling of Team Japan?
I mean, like, she was like really, really good leader for us. She scored a lot and she passed great, and like just in general, she's like a really good person. So I think we rely on her a lot, but now we don't have her, and every single one of us have to like step up to become a leader. So I think it's really good opportunity for like every single one of us to become a better player, also a better person too.
Is the team still in touch with her at all? Like, do you guys text with her?
Yes, I'd say I'm like really good friends with her. So like I talk to her a lot. But like sometimes I talk to her about like, okay, like I'm struggling with this, and like she like give me really good advice. So yeah, she's like good, my friend, also kind of like mentor. So yeah, I think I'm gonna text her about this conversation that I had with you, and yeah, I think pretty sure I'm gonna ask some question throughout this VNL for sure.
How many times have you asked her to come back?
So many times. you even don't know. Like we begged her, but yeah, it is what it is. And then I'm so happy that she's gonna have like different life outside of the bubble. So yeah, I'm happy for her.
Anyone?
For sure.
John?
I was going to say, this is the first time Japan have had a coach who is not Japanese. How much of a change is that? A culture shock in many ways to the team?
I mean, like few player already played in foreign country, and then like in person. Myself, my club also have like bowling coach too. So I mean, like surprisingly, a lot of players already have experience with non-Japanese coach or head coach experience outside of the Japan. So our head coach fit in pretty smoothly. So I think we wouldn't face really big problem. So I think it will be fine.
And how easy is it going to be to be aggressive?
Wait, how he had to be aggressive?
Well, he says he wants you to be aggressive. Well, that's not necessarily the Japanese way, is it?
I don't know.
How is that going, that attempt to be more aggressive? How is the team adjusting to that?
I mean, like at the very beginning, we're kind of like confused, but we train like almost like a month and little. So I think we kind of like fit in like what his volleyball concept is, and then finding like good spot of middle of like what we think and then like his thoughts. I think it's really good chemistry that we're having between us and him.
I should look at this side of the room, so I've been turned the other way. Anyone over here have any questions?
I'm a team host for Dominican. I have to say they're being wonderful from day one. So thank you, and thank you everybody to be part of it.
Yeah.
This brings the volleyball in Ottawa to the next level. Next year for clubs, the signing, it'll be amazing. So thank you for coming.
You heard it. Nicely done, everybody. We got a couple more questions here.
Mikeala, a couple years ago, Bulgaria hosted VNL. Were you there by chance, and what did you notice about the crowds?
I wasn't there in the team, but I was watching the team outside because I was too little to be in the women's national team then. But since then, I wanted to be part of the team, and I'm glad that this year and last year and the year before that, I was and I am in the team, and I want to get the most of what I can from the experienced players that came back. So yeah.
As an 18-year-old, though, getting the chance now to play with some of those people you got to watch in Bulgaria, how does that feel?
It feels amazing just to play with the girls that I've watched when I was little. It's really great experience for me, and yeah, it's amazing.
And last question, what do you think it's going to feel like to play Canada? That, you watched Bulgaria host it and saw the crowds there. Your opening matches against Canada, what do you expect from the crowd?
Well, we are excited to play, of course, the first match against Canada. But we will try to play our best game and see where we can go with that. So I know that the crowd will be for Canada, of course, because they're host. But I think that does not that is not something that will bring us down, because for us, the fact that we are here and the fact that we're playing and we're playing together, it's enough.
I have a question for Katarina. Usually when Serbia plays in Canada, in any sport, they have a big contingent of fans. Are you expecting something similar this week?
Yes, I hope that they will come also. Also 3 years ago, when we played in Calgary, was a lot of Serbian fans, Bosnian and Balkan fans. So I hope also they will come and cheer for us. But also I hope that people will come in this tournament and watch the volleyball, because here is playing the best volleyball in the world. So I think if you have chance in your city, in your country to come to watch, I call everybody to come and watch.
Okay, great. Did you have a question?
Yeah, for Niverka, as you mentioned, most of the teams out here are very young, whereas with the Dominican team, there's not much change. It's always been the same team. Do you guys have maybe higher expectations than in years past to get some wins, especially early on, since your team is so, well formed and know each other so well compared to the other teams who are still learning?
Well, you're right. But I've seen many young players doing really good during tournaments. So I think age is not a problem at all. Also, some new players, they have a lot of experience in their leagues and their clubs, and it gives them a lot of volleyball, a good level. Of course, we have some experienced players like the Martinez sisters, Gonzalez, but I think inside the court, it's just two teams. It's not one player or another. And if there's a team with young girls doing really good, it's about volleyball. It's not about experience. The one who does better inside the court, who for sure will win. And I think my team will do really good. They will show good volleyball, but expecting not to have hard games because another team is young. It's something you cannot think about, I think.
Speaking of younger girls, I mean, for as long as I remember, you've been the starting setter for this Dominican team. Who are we expecting to step up as the backup or as the starter once you're no longer playing?
Well, right now we have Ariana Rodriguez. She's been playing in the U.S. University for a while, and I think she's doing really good so far. You'll see her playing, so I think she has a lot of future.
Great.
Oh.
I'm just going to pick up on your point about motivation. So how much has your resolve been almost hardened or increased by what happened last summer? That you feel you're ready to go to another level with a coach as experienced and as successful as the man you're on there? Shannon Windsor took you there, but maybe you're ready to go.
Yeah, I think losing sucks so much and we all hate it, but at the end of the day, I think we all know that you learn your biggest lessons from losing. So obviously we wish that we could have tasted the reward of 4 years of a lot of hard work and improvement. However, I think it does give us sort of an edge for the next cycle of we know how close we were, and when you think about the level of volleyball we were playing at the start of last quad, it was far, far lower quality than what we're playing right now. So if we can, I guess, maintain that for the next few years, I think we have it. We know we have everything we need now, and pair that with this sort of like chip on our shoulder from losing, I think it's the recipe for greatness.
Brie, does it become more of a committee approach on offense without Alexa Gray?
Yes, for sure. Alexa is so talented. She is such a definitely a go-to for me. We've been playing together so long that it's really effortless, which is the thing that you take for granted, that connection, and the thing that we're working to build so hard right now with all these young, also very talented players. You just have to, as a setter especially, it takes more mental effort to set new players, because it doesn't really matter how good or bad they are, you need to learn their specific ball. So definitely Alexa can be a get out of jail free card, because she can score on so many balls. So it's been fun to figure out, like, okay, what does our offense look like without her? But we have a lot of weapons and we miss her, and also I'm really excited to see younger girls and just less experienced pin hitters step up and kind of fill that.
And all of the commentators worldwide are locking that line in their minds, get out of jail free card. So,
is she
thanks.
injured, or why didn't she come?
No, she's not injured. She's just taking a break and spending time with family.
Okay, I'm sure we could keep going, but we have to keep moving. But I'll have 2 more questions, because you guys both want to ask another question.
This is to Marte. I just wanted to follow up on the pregnancy, which is congratulations, amazing news. What message are you hoping that sends to women in sports and maybe not even in sports?
Well, I think pregnancy is something really personal, You just, many people ask me, like, what did the doctor say to you? Like, is it good to play or to not staying home? But I think the decision is always on the mother, you just do whatever you feel you can do. I cannot tell everyone, like, you can play, you can do sports, you can do whatever you want, because everybody, as I said, is really different. But I feel good, and I think people take it as an example, because I've never got until now positive comments regarding sport. It's like you have to be careful. It's not something usual, but I hope some women, they want to keep doing sports and keeping up with their life. They see me and they say, she's playing, what's going on? So for me, I'm just doing it because I want to.
Thank you.
Okay.
This will be for Coach, just to wrap it up. First and foremost, talking about younger players, on the opposite side, on the right side of the court, of course, you have Kira Van Rijk, who's probably going to be the top scorer for Canada, but you also have Anna Schmreck, who's coming in and will be one of the tallest players in the VNL. How are you going to balance using a player that you know so well in Kira, that you coached this past year at Vakif Bank, and a new rookie player who Canada's never seen before in Anna Schmreck?
I think that is already a very big plus for Canada, from what I see from last year, to have a so reliable and very strong, opposite in the court. I think also was fun because when I came in the gym, I was talking with Anna, with the coach, with the player, but was new also for them. So so Anna was a new for the player, new for the other coaches that were working in Canada, and new for me as well. And I think that will help Kira, because I think that in this, like Nika was talking before, the season for a player, and especially for Kira, that she played till the last European day of competition, and then she have 1 week off, and then she have to start the preparation for VNL. The time of the player in the court is a lot, so is also very important, when you can give some rest to a player, and I think Anna is very ready for that, plus can give us a lot of strength in some double change, because the air block is of course pretty good, and I think is a great plus for a team. And then she's young, very young for this level, and I think she don't have also a lot of experience, so she's learning, and she's a great girl in the gym. She's really willing to learn, willing to improve, and I think is a big plus for the team.
And finally, what's your message to Canadian fans on the eve of your debut as Canadian national team head coach?
I hope to find in Canada what other nations find when they play at home. So I would be really happy to see full crowd and full support. So far we have one match in Vancouver and it was full, but was not many people, but was full. That was good. And so I hope that in Italy, of course, that the gym will be much bigger, and it will be amazing to have the big support. I think this team deserve a lot of support. What they did in the last year was amazing. They brought Canada from number 30 to the top 10 in the world. So the Canadians should be very proud of the great job of these girls, and these girls deserve a great crowd, I believe.
Great.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, we've opened it.
Never thought about these kind of questions.
Think about it.
Maybe I don't know, LeBron James or something. Living life in the USA, I don't know, being super rich.
You got the super tall part, right? Okay. Marta, this is interesting too. What position would you play if you couldn't play as a setter?
Well, I played until my youth world championship as a spiker, outside hitter, so for sure I will be again.
Yeah. Okay. And this is for Mikeala. Who and which team are you most looking forward to playing against?
We're talking about in Canada?
This
or
week,
no?
yeah.
I think probably the host, because last year we played against them again, and it was for us it was difficult because we had a lot of young players in the team, but now our team is more experienced, and their team too with the new coach. So we're really excited to see what we can do with them and to see how they play.
Okay, great. And Katarina, do you have any pre-game rituals or superstitions? That's from a fan.
Nothing special, for sure, to sleep good. and to eat good day before the game, and really nothing special. So I'm not prepared for this question, but I don't have exactly some answer, so this is it.
Right, none of us are prepared for any of these questions, so that's fair enough. All right, I'll ask, we only have a few more minutes left. Anyone else have a question from the audience? Yes, go ahead.
Hola, bienvenida. My question gonna be in English, don't worry, but I just, you're gonna be the only Latino country in Ottawa. The Latino community is growing. We see the crowds when Argentina and Cuba came a couple of years ago and last year. How do you think the Latino community will support Dominican Republic on the matches?
Well, gracias. I think everywhere we play there are Latinos supporting us, and we came in 2023 to play the Niverka here in Quebec, and it was amazing. We had a lot of Dominicans supporting us, but I was surprised how the Canadian fans were with us. It's a very special crowd, so I'm really happy to be here again. I love playing here.
Gracias.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I wanted to ask Brie about her music career. What would be your influences musically? And what this album, I forget the title, but what would you compare it to? What's an artist out there right now that you could compare this album?
Good question. I don't think I am like, oh, I want it to sound like this person. I write really simple music. I'm heavily influenced by country music, always have been. My family loves it. So I think songwriting wise, it's more country, but then I just happen to know one producer that makes music and he's kind of more pop. So then it landed somewhere in the middle. But really I don't really know what I'm doing with music. I just like writing songs about people around me and my own experience, and that's kind of been an artistic outlet, I guess.
How does the music help volleyball? Does it give you that release? I mean, you play so much volleyball, you need something to occupy your time. How does that help?
I think I love volleyball, but I've always been a very, I guess, balanced girl in general. I love life outside of volleyball as well. I always have, and music has been a big part of that, just kind of fully disconnecting from being in that like athlete mindset. I love getting away from it, so I think it really helps me check out of, I can be like even this past week, we're like in an intense week of training, and then I go home at night and I'm sitting at the piano or playing guitar, and I feel like I don't have to think about anything about volleyball right now. I'm completely disconnected and feel a lot more refreshed to get back and be the best I can be on the court. So I think that balances.
Are you a shredder on the guitar?
Definitely not. I'm shredding nothing. It's very simple music happening, but it does help, I think, just give me balance in life in general, because it can be a lot of volleyball.
More of a dirt road scholar, is that what you're saying?
Totally, yeah.
Okay. Do you know what, folks? We've taken so much time of our athletes and our coach, and we really appreciate everyone coming today. And don't forget, the matches start tomorrow, 11 a.m. Netherlands against Japan, Dominican Republic against Serbia, and then Bulgaria against Canada tomorrow night. Matches continue until Sunday. And on behalf of Volleyball World and VBTV, by the way, you can watch all the matches on VBTV. You could even watch last year's matches if you missed them and you want to see them. They're all archived on VBTV. So that's a chance to watch all these superstars in action. So again, thank you all so much, and thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.